Greetings, Mercs, and welcome to Dust. I want to talk to you a little bit today about the skill tree, probably the most complex part of this game. Something that's caused a lot of frustration to a lot of people. Can be daunting at first, and hopefully I can steer you in the right direction, prevent you from making some of the mistakes that every new player, myself included, made early on, and get you on the right foot, right track, the ropes of this thing, and what to do with it. So opening up this skill tree brings you into drop suit command. Key here is to not dump skill points into things that you don't need. If you're only looking to do medium frames, which would be your assaults and your logistics, you never need to go past drop suit command 1. If you want to get into the scouts, the light frames, then you need drop suit command 2. If you want to get into heavies, you need drop suit command 3. No reason to ever go above 3, so don't. Next thing is the medium frames. Once you get into the medium frames, you only need to get to level 3 to get into your racials. Now, you can continue on, go 4 to 5, get proto, but not worth it. That is a waste of skill. Yeah, you can get a proto suit faster, but I'll take an advanced suit with the racial bonus over a proto suit with no racial bonus any day. Every race and every drop suit in the racial category have their own bonus. Before you decide what you want to be, talk to some people that play those suits, figure out the pros and cons. Some each one with a different opinion or a different person's playstyle. So find your dust and go in that direction. So the mistake most people make: they get out, they play a couple of matches, they get killed really quickly by a nice shiny prototype weapon, and they think, I need to get that weapon. So they go right to their skill tree and they look for the strongest possible weapon they can get as soon as possible, which leads them to go right up here to the assault rifle and get to assault rifle 5 so they can arm that Vol. Don't fall into that trap. If you already have, I'm sorry, don't waste any more skills and proficiency. Put the weapons away for now. Until you get your drop suit up, there's no sense in wasting skill points in this area. Get over here to core upgrades. Remember, your entire drop suit is your weapon, not just the weapon that you're carrying. So getting your drop suit's effective hit points up and its abilities up is what you should focus on first. There's a few key skills that you should work on before anything else, and those would be the ones that increase your effective hit points, meaning your armor hit points and your shield hit points. So starting with armor upgrades, you'll notice that every level that you skill into this gives you 5% to your maximum armor per level. This goes for every suit, so it doesn't matter if you're heavy or light, 5% more to your base armor. Same thing with shield upgrades, 5% more to shield per level. Now, whether or not you take these to 5 right away is going to be up to you and how much you play. The jump from 4 to 5 is pretty significant. I believe you can get into the actual plating, into the shield extension prior to upgrading all the way to 5. So the next thing to get into right away, as soon as possible, all the way up to 5, and this will be the first one I tell you you need to get to 5, is shield extension. And we'll talk about why. First, the skill itself gives you a 2% efficacy to the actual module itself, so not to your base shields, just to the module that you equip. So 5 gives you 10% more to each shield extender that you put on. So why 5? Let's go to the market real quick and let me show you the best and worst deals in this game. So down to drop suit modules, shield extenders. We're looking at basic, enhanced, and complex shield extenders here. Notice the jump from basic to enhanced shield extenders. 11 hit points is all you get for equipping this thing. 11 hit points more than the basic shield extender. That's less than half of a submachine gun round. Not worth it. Yet the price to equip this thing, twice as much CPU, twice as much PG, more than double the cost. Now look at the jump to the complex. You get twice the hit point up, 66 hit points over 33, yet it's less than double the cost CPU, less than double the cost PG, and less than double the cost ISK-wise. Shield extender, best deal, or complex shield extender is the best deal in the game. Enhanced shield extender is the worst deal in the game. You can equip one of these for less ISK, less cost in one module than 2 of these. So stay away from the enhanced shield extenders. Get to shield extension 5 as soon as you can. back to the skill tree. Next two important ones to talk about are the actual armor plates and armor rep upgrades. Armor plating, I only have it 4. I see no reason to go to 5 just yet. I'm not going to equip a complex armor plate. The armor plates come with a the remember the actual skill itself gives you only 2% to the actual plate that you're arming, not your total base. So total of 10% is what you would get going all the way up to 5. Right now I'm at 8%. I mostly arm either enhanced or base. So no real need to bring this guy up to 5 right away. On the other hand, armor rep is a different story. Unless you're logistics, which gets a natural 1 hit point per level per second armor rep, you need something to repair your armor. So assaults, scouts, heavies, all need to have some type of repper. You can't always depend on a logistics guy behind you. I guess the argument could be made that you can get into nanocircuitry and pay for expensive hives that are going to throw on the ground and rep you, but having natural ability to repair your armor is vital in this game. So the skill itself gives you 5% module efficacy per level, so 25% all day, and that applies to all the modules. So if you can arm a basic armor repper and get 25% better efficacy for even the basic, you don't need to arm the complex to get the full skill. Right, so moving on, core upgrades. The core upgrade itself gives you 1% to PG and CP levels, so all the way up to 5 gives you total 5% on your PG. Probably already have experience with trying to fit a suit and not having, seeing the invalid because you get this one up enough into here, into the level for both your engineering and electronics. Bring it up to 5 when you have but your electronics and your engineering, individual skills that both go for CPU and for engineering. So getting these up as fast as possible, or faster than the base core upgrade, is the way to go. New to this build, new to the 1.5 build, the build that I'm on while capturing this video, is the TACnet, or your little personal radar. Used to, when an friendly spotted an enemy, it would show up on your tech. That feature is gone, and they have to be actively scanned by someone in your squad in order for them to show up on your radar. So active scanners have become a new tool that everyone on the battlefield is running around with, most everyone. If once you've used one, you won't go away from using one of these things. The best one in the game, in my opinion, right now is the Quantum Scanner. It will light up 80% of what's out on the battlefield, and cost is pretty low, lights them up for 16. Great scanner. Eventually I will go to Proto. I don't see a need for it yet. Alright, so the counter to that is profile dampening. This is the other one. Other than shield extension, I will encourage you right away to get all the way up to 5 as soon as you Profile dampening 5 will naturally get your medium frames and your assault, or all of your medium frames, so logistics and assaults, below a basic scanner. Equipping one complex profile dampener will get you below the advanced. Like I said, 80% of the people out there are scanning with advanced, so 80% of the time you're going to see scan attempt prevented as opposed. So get it up to 5. I really encourage you to go ahead and equip a complex profile dampener. Trust me, being invisible to 80% of the people who are scanning is way better than the extra 115 some odd hit points you'd get for another armor plate, or the 2 to 3 seconds repair, or the 10% or 15% on whatever speed you have. Trust me, this profile dampener is the way to go there. So, remaining skills. Get them to 1. Until you really learn your dust, until you learn what you want to do. You want to play around with uplinks, you want to play around with nanocircuitry, you want to play around with the repair tool, just get them up to 1, play with it, see if you like it. Nanocircuitry is a good one to start with because it actually skills for 2 pieces of equipment, both needles to revive and hives to resupply or repair, both right on this skill here. So good one to start with. After you have that done, after your drop suit itself is an effective weapon on the battlefield, then you can go into weaponry. Play around, take them all to one, figure out what you like, figure out what you don't like. I'd say explosives are probably one of the better ones to go ahead and at least get to one, and then get grenade one, so you have the option for locust, flux, or AV grenades, anti-vehicle grenades. Having being able to equip that, having that tool at your disposal is really good on the weapons. Um, Handheld weapon upgrades are for your damage modifiers, which a complex damage modifier will take a standard weapon and make it stronger than a advanced weapon, all the way up all the way up the chain. So you could potentially arm a Gek and a complex damage mod and output more damage than a Duval natural. Light weapons, find the one you like, skill it up slowly, but again, not near as important as getting your effective hit points up and getting yourself able to move around efficiently on the back. So, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you're enjoying this game. Feel free to hit me up anytime if you want to talk about it a little bit more, if you have any